Hello, I'm back here once again with album number 17 in my Uriah Heep Discography review series. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe down below. Click the little bell so you don't miss anything. But anyway, let's get into the album. And this is, once again, number 17, Raging Silence, released May 1st, 1989. Produced by Richard Dodd. Ashley Howe is brought back for the pre-production of this record, which really seemed to help it a lot. He wasn't involved here. Yeah, it wasn't involved in the last album at all. And it was kind of a shame because Abominog and Head First weren't terrible, but as soon as Equator happened, you could really tell the production suffered a lot. Now, in between the last album and this one, Pete Golby and John St. Clair left the band, and they're replaced by Bernie Shaw and Phil Lanzon, which led to the most stable Uriah Heep album or lineup they've ever had throughout their entire career. This is also the distinction of being the first Uriah Heep album ever released on CD, so it is historical in that aspect. But once again, features Bernie Shaw on vocals, Mick Box on guitar, Lee Kerslake on drums, Trevor Boulder on bass, Phil Lanzon on keyboards. And the album starts off with the song Hold Your Head Up, which is an Argent cover. Now, I've never heard the song before, hearing it here, but I'll just tell you my thoughts on it. It comes in at 4 minutes, 33 seconds. You can tell immediately right off the bat that it's actually better production quality than the last album. I like how the drums and bass leading into the guitar mellow sound really helped it quite a bit. And I like the soft, clear vocals. I love the guitar solo, and it's very catchy. On to song number 2, Blood Red Roses, written by Pete Golby, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. It's one of those things where Uriah Heep has a song written by somebody who isn't on the album. It's happened before. I believe John Lawton might have had a credit or something, or John Sloman. They have done this before. But it comes in at 4 minutes, 10 seconds, has that synth pop sound to it, or intro to it. I love Bernie's vocals. They're very clear. I like the chorus. I like how the guitar sneaks in at times. I like the guitar solo. It has a nice energy to the song, and it just feels fresh. Like, that's one thing you can notice. I think Bernie at this point, I was really digging Bernie through the first couple songs of this album, especially production-wise, where the last album, it was very muddled. Like, it really was hard at times to pick up Pete Golby and what he was saying, but this, it actually feels fresh and it feels nice. Song number 3, Voice on My TV, which is written by Mick Box and Phil Lanzon. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. I like the intro. I like how the music plays over what sounds like TV commercials a la Pink Floyd with albums like The Wall and The Final Cut, where you hear those things in the background. I like the soft vocals. I like the guitar as it builds. The nice vocal harmonies throughout the song. I like how the vocals also build. I like the drums. I always felt like the guitar solo, I just wanted just that little bit more from it. But I do like the abrupt ending with This Is Your Conscience Speaking. It actually ended pretty well, and it was a nice touch from Heep. On to song number 4, Rich Kid, written by Trevor Boulder, comes in at 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Once again continuing, like the last album with Poor Little Rich Girl, this actually is just called Rich Kid, and I don't know why Uriah Heep really focused on Rich Kid. It just sounded kind of But however, the song isn't bad. Nice metal sounding opening to it. That is something that really felt like it was missing from the previous few albums, is that hard rock, heavy metal sound. I like the bass and the drums. I like the vocals. Lyrics are kind of cheesy at times. The guitar gets lost in the mix just a little bit. It's a little repetitive, but however, it really shows off Bernie's voice and vocal range. On to song number 5, Cry Freedom, once again a Box and Lanzon song, 4 minutes, 34 seconds. It has a nice opening. I like Bernie's vocal range, it's very upbeat. I love the solo and the drumming on this song as well. On to song number 6, Bad Bad Man, written by Phil Lanzon. Comes in at 4 minutes and 11 seconds. I do like the soft to hard opening, very rocking sounding. I like the chorus, And it's just one of those really fun songs that you just listen to and you're like, oh my god, that's not bad. I really enjoy it. On to song number 7, a box and lanzon once again with More Fool You. It has a nice guitar intro. I like the vocal range in the song. Great production throughout the song. I like the solo, and it has a great rhythm section. That's one thing about this. Even Heep, when they're muddled, especially on the last album, the rhythm section wasn't holding it back. It was more, the vocals were, and some of that lost or wanting more from the guitars in that era. But this one, it was a good song. I really enjoyed it. On to song number 8, When the War is Over, which is a Cold Chisel cover. It comes in at 5 minutes and 9 seconds. It shows off Bernie's vocals. A typical 80s ballad / love song. However, it is a great choice for a cover, especially for Uriah Heep. It's something different. It's something new. I love the guitar solo, but it did have a little bit of that just get on with it vibe that also the other song, Voice on My TV, also had at times, where it's just like, okay, wrap this up already. On to song number 9, once again, another cover, this one by LaRue. Lifeline, that comes in at 4 minutes and 53 seconds. I like the intro, clear sounding vocals, another great choice for a cover. I like the guitar underneath the song, which you hear, you pick it up. It's actually really well done by the production staff. I like the solo. Lee Kerslake is a beast on pretty much every Uriah Heep record. He fits it. It doesn't feel forced or overdone, but every time I just hear his drumming, I'm like, man, that guy is spot on with his timing. He knows when to come in, when not to. On to song number 10, Rough Justice. It's written by the whole band except for Lee Kerslake, pretty much. So 4 minutes, 21 seconds. I like the guitar-driven intro. Like Bernie's vocals pretty much on this entire album. It just feels new, fresh. It's something different. It's kind of more what I got here with Bernie. Actually, I'll get into that point after this song. I like the slowdown before the verse. Nice tempo changes into the guitar solo. I love the guitar and vocal performances. Now, I'll get into this whole Bernie thing. Bernie's vocals on this entire album feel very fresh, very clear, very clean, almost that Byron-esque. This is kind of more what I was hoping with John Lawton in the band, where it wasn't the, let's say, repetitiveness of some of the stuff, but it's really well done. Really well done. I like this. It's just feels good. Like, this was an album I listened to, and unlike Equator, where it's like, okay, I was looking at my watch, get on with it. This album just flew right by. I'm like, holy crap, this is a good album to really listen to. Actually, my foot was tapping quite a bit throughout this entire album. Now, getting into stuff from this album, best song off this album for me has to be Rich Kid. That's the one I actually put down. I like it. There isn't really a bad song. Like, I wouldn't really truthfully blame anybody if they picked another song. That song to me just felt newer, fresh, and it was actually a little bit more heavier than what they've been doing at this point. So, more kudos to them. Worst song on the album, I put When the War is Over, even though I don't think it's necessarily fair to say worst song on the album, because I don't think there was a terrible song. The album did have its couple moments of, okay, the song, get on with it, but not as much. It didn't bother me as much as, let's say, Equator did. Equator really pissed me off. Like, I couldn't... it kind of had that Fallen Angel-ness to it, where the album just felt bland. Hidden gem off the album, I'll say just the rest of this album, other than Rich Kid and When the War is Over. Like, the songs on it fit, they worked well, they really fit Bernie's vocals very well. He really shined on this. If I had to give it a rating out of 5, I'd give this album probably a 3.5 out of 5. I won't go as high as 4. This is probably... Actually, you know what? Scrap that. I will give it a 4 out of 5. I think this is better than Abominog. I think it's better than Head First. I think it's better than Equator, I also think it's better than Conquest, Fallen Angel. This is probably their best record, start to finish, since Innocent Victim. And that's saying something coming from me. But anyway, that's my review of this album. Once again, be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe. If you're new to this channel or just passing through, thank you for watching. This is me here once again. Peace.